On the left is our program manager, Ferdinand. Maybe she will spell it in French. And then George is her assistant. The essence of this press conference is to alert the nation, recognizing the fact that the only voice we know and have is you. That's why we called you to help us amplify issues around the political campaign that is about to start. So I'll let let's say, ladies first. I will let my colleague, the project manager, to start by reading our statement, and then John will take over and I'll conclude, and then we'll be ready to take questions from you. Thank you very much.
On September 28, 2020.
Hold on.
Daniel, yes, please come and take this phone.
Okay, thank you. You're welcome once again. On September 28, 2022, public campaigns by political parties will officially commence as provided by Section 94A of the Electoral Act 2022. As campaigns commence, we appeal to all political parties and candidates to strategize for a PWD inclusive campaign. This is the best way to balance the efforts of civil society groups working to ensure inclusive elections. As gatekeepers to political decision-making, political parties have a role to play in supporting disability inclusion in politics. Political parties aggregate and represent public interests and shape political agendas. To become more competitive, it is important for parties to adopt practices that increase inclusivity of underrepresented communities. These actions will help to build and maintain a broader base of constituent support and also earn citizens' trust.
Sorry for our complicated life.
To ensure disability issues My name is George Dominic Anwai. My name is George Dominic Anwai. I am an amputee. I am the Assistant Program Manager at the Ampino Foundation. To ensure disability issues are mainstreamed into electoral matters throughout the electoral phases, INEC had taken steps to remove barriers that restrict full participation of PWDs as voters, and several measures have been put in place to ensure that persons with disability are included in the country's electoral processes. While we commend INEC's efforts in engendering an all-inclusive political process throughout the development of a framework on access for PWDs, we urge political parties to adopt and improve on it for a broader participation targeted at persons with disabilities. to have a meaningful voice in the political and electoral processes.
Okay, it's my turn. Just endure us. Okay, my name is Jane Efele. I'm the CEO and founder of the Abino Foundation. I always say that exclusion of any group or any person in a democratic process, especially the electoral process, is a raid on democracy. Therefore, we're using this opportunity as a critical stakeholder in the polity. We're using this opportunity to call on political parties to toe the line of inclusivity. In the spirit of our agitation, one, we're asking for involvement of PWDs in all the campaign committee. Number two, we're asking for campaign material to be produced in accessible format. And that means a person who is hard in hearing can understand what promises are being made. A person who is without vision will be able to read their large print. And of course, the blind will get audio material of whatever campaign promises and campaign materials that are being dished out. As enshrined in 2018 Disability Act, political parties must ensure that locations and settings for meetings and campaign activities are accessible to all persons with disability. Provision of sign language interpreters for the hearing impaired community. We are further agitating for provision of adequate security network for persons with disability during the campaign activities. This is very important. Strengthening internal democracy, whereby political parties allow persons with disability to fully participate in the activities, including running for elective position. We have been agitating for the process to allow us to vote. Now we are also saying vote for us. Political parties should subdue or subsidize election costs for persons with disability, taking into account the socio-economic inequalities. We reiterate our demand for a non-discriminatory and inclusive appointment of INEC rep. We are not resting on our oar. We're still reminding the president that he needs to appoint persons or nominate persons with disability as at least one of the incoming new INEC reps. So we are asking for 15% of, we are among the 15% of Nigerian population. The war against discrimination of persons with disability can only be won when political parties, institutions, governments, and people collectively collaborate, say no to nuances of discrimination, campaign for the rights of persons with disability and activities, becomes champion for persons with disability inclusion process, thereby building an equitable society for all. I'm not very good at reading anything. I like to speak off the cuff. I want to further emphasize the need for politicians, political parties, candidates. Please practice true inclusion by making sure that your campaign promises, your campaign expectations have a visible, impactful component for persons with disability. Our numbers can make or mar your election. So don't take the numbers of persons over 25 million. About 16 million are eligible voters. So don't take our numbers for granted. Factor us in if you want to win. Let me further reiterate the fact that as Albino Foundation and a critical stakeholder in the electoral process, we are absolutely and totally political. So we do not support any political party and we will never support any political party. However, once you ensure inclusivity, that does not also mean that we will support you, but we will watch what you're doing and we will make sure at the end of the day that we are carried along even after all your campaign promises. So that's it for us. The end of the press statement. We can take questions if you have questions. This particular press statement is given by Albino Foundation on behalf of the community of persons with disabilities. Thank you. I think I've said it all. No question. Please.
My name is Jerry. I write collective. I just wanted to ask that beyond the press statement, how are you engaging the political parties? Are you visiting them? Are you sending any policy document to them so that they truly know your stance on this issue?
Okay.
As a follow-up, please. My name is Yomi. I work with the Nation Institute. I just want to know your relationship with the commission.
Oh, the National Commission for Persons with Disabilities?
Yes.
Very cordial. As a matter of fact, they are partnering with us in virtually all our projects. The commission is part and parcel. We're part and parcel of the commission. James is a mentee, and I can tell you, as a matter of fact, we're just at the verge of signing an MOU. We're rolling out a number of projects that I would, my colleague will also speak to. It is fully endorsed by the commission. Elect ability, vote ability, PWD election law, PWD data center. All of these projects are endorsed by the commission and also a partnership with Jonapi. We are a member of the Jonapi forum, so we're in partnership.
The question, the new question.
Okay, so can I get that again?
Okay, I was asking if you have a policy document.
Yes, we do. We do. We have 3 sets of policy guideline. We developed a guideline for electoral bodies, which is INEC and CF. It's a guideline that takes them through what to do in an electoral process, including the training component. We do have a guideline for political parties, which has been endorsed by all the political parties, the 18 registered political parties. We do also have a guideline for inter-security agencies. All of these guidelines, we have training components in them. But guideline is just what is in the papers. We are going further by engaging them. I think my PM will speak to some of the strategies that they have in terms of engagement. Go ahead.
So in response to the question about our engagement with political parties, we like about activities that we are set to roll from next week and next month also. So I will comment first before the political parties. We have the vote ability that the CEO mentioned. So it's a voter education campaign, more or less to sensitize and also to create awareness amongst the persons with disabilities on their rights to vote. And then, of course, we also have the electability campaign, which is also to support members of persons with disabilities who are willing, who are aspiring to contest in elections for elective positions, as well as be appointed for decision-making positions. So for this to happen, of course, we need to work in partnership and in collaboration with political parties. So we have already scheduled our programs to commence with advocacy visits, in which we can discuss those programs further.
And we're working hand in hand with INEC.
Yes, of course.
Yes.
Another question. Thank you. Okay, I have a question. Good morning. Good morning, sir. My name is Sadwa from NTA. Most of this is your some of them are part of the Electoral Act of PWDs. However, in the past, have you had any negative experiences you'd like to share? And of course, you mentioned how you know this. Can you re-emphasize that? Especially considering some of the challenges some of your members have had in the past.
Okay, what's the aspect that has to do with the Electoral Act?
No, I said most of the demands here, what you are requesting for.
Are in the Electoral Act?
Yes, they are part of the Electoral
Yes.
Act. But in the past, have you had any experiences, negative experiences, contravene some of these requests? And how would you want
Let me start my usual story. Of course, I never voted until I was 58. And I never voted because some of the things we outlined here were not available and the process was not conducive. I am a skin cancer survivor and I picked up skin cancer because of undue exposure in the sun. And undue exposure in the sun by going to stand waiting for me to vote is one of the things that scared me. So now we have priority voting in section 54, subsection 1 and 2. The electoral resources to be made available. I want to commend INEC because the transparent way that Professor Mahmoud ran INEC, especially around inclusivity, is very commendable. He stood down the entire management of INEC to say that unless the Albino Foundation approves of the magnifying glasses, that they will not buy. And that was the case. We gave the approval to the specific magnifying glasses that is required. And for the first time it was used. And just a tweet from INEC went viral, went all over the world. So that's the kind of intervention that we have embarked on as a result of the Electoral Act. So those negative experiences have necessitated the inclusion of the component that is in the Electoral Act, which we are pursuing vigorously. Now we have the law that gives impetus to our mandate. We are going all out to ensure that everyone involved will comply. Any other questions?
Yes, there's a question.
Go ahead.
Yeah, my name is Tony. Yesterday,
You almost spoke to us. Go ahead.
Yesterday, INEC released the final list of candidates for the various positions to be contested for, especially with regards to national elections. And we have only 11 persons with disability contesting the race. Would you say this representative enough of the numbers that you have quoted there, 16 million registered voters from your community? And is there anything the disability community is doing to ensure that these persons that have indicated interest to run will be supported, whether it is by way of finance or by way of moral support, so that at least you have persons with disability winning elections?
Well, thank you very much. First, we have a project that is a direct response to your question, which is our elect ability or elect able. My interest and the interest of the foundation is to see that a minimum of 100 persons are elected from the community of persons with disability within 3 years. Now, these individuals that you mentioned, that you did a fantastic work by scanning through SOPI, these individuals are going to engage them directly. But I cannot tell you, and we will not give money to any of them. It will be like supporting their political parties. We will not do that. But we will create a platform, a uniform platform for every one of them to try. I know that in Akwa Ibom State, Uno is contesting for the governorship. I know that there were some issues in the court. I hope that has been sorted out, and I hope that if he's been with Hunt, they should leave him alone. He has what it takes to contest for an election, and the fact that he's a person with albinism it's an opportunity for us. But however, I also know that being a person with albinism does not exempt him or will cause him to break the law. But I don't think he has. Hopefully that he wins. Okay, so we are planning a conference, and I think it will come before the election, a convergence for not only those who are contesting, but even those who would like to contest. We're building a database, we're creating a mentorship opportunity and platform where we will mentor those who are contesting and those that would like to contest.
And in addition to that, basically, on constraint, it is said, putting a person, that is the little by little. Exactly. So this is already a positive thing for us to have 11 number. So that's already a good one. So, and then we are still awaiting another list. Exactly. So we hope that even before the project already has we'll have seen the impact of that. Thank you.
And to also add to that, we are not only looking at elective positions, we're also looking at appointed positions, so that political parties will also take the lead in that regard. That persons with disabilities are also qualified to be appointed into appointed positions.
I think the headline is elect us or appoint us. Elect us or appoint us. Both, we want both. It's like asking me, do you want tea or coffee? I say, give me both. Yeah. But I think any more questions? I don't think so. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I want to truly commend many of you. Every time we call you, even at short notice, you show up. I think, I don't know whether you have the same team for tomorrow's event.
Yes.
Okay, so tomorrow we are hosting the EU ambassador live here in the same hall. Please, that event is for 3:30 on the dot. Please be here by 3, so that once she comes in, she has just 45 minutes to spend here, so that she will do that. And then there will be a breaking news tomorrow. I won't tell you now. All right. Okay, so see you. And by the way, my association, the Albinism Association of Nigeria, their acting president will be here. Many of you do not know, I resigned on the 20th of August as the president of the association, and it was intentional because I wanted the younger ones to also take the mantle of leadership, and run. So we will be introducing to you the acting president of the organization. I am no longer in the executive council. I'm not in the board. I am just an ordinary member. I'm an ordinary member of the Albinism Association of Nigeria. Thank you so much. And thank you to Lynn who has put this together. Thank you so much. All right. God bless. Thank you.